ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Can-Am ATVs. The ride says it all. As spring unfolds across America, the dusty all-terrain vehicles that slumbered during the chilly months now awaken for another grueling summer. The athletes ready themselves like lone warriors entering the battlefield. Men and women, adults and children, amateurs and pros, but only one racer can push through the hardships and pain to seize the championship. Here on ATV 24/7.
I'm not worried about you guys. I'm worried about the guys behind me.
No one beats us!
Well, I'm pretty sure he was pissed. I mean, I'd have been pissed. A lot of these pros may be racing for second place.
Smart! God! When we say slow down, be smart. Don't just stop. Come on, those last two champions don't mean crap!
Welcome to ATV 24/7.
ATV racing is basically a blue-collar sport. What they do is they go to national caliber tracks, which are sort of like your outdoor bike nationals. And of course, instead of having two wheels, we have four wheels.
Guys race on dirt, they race on flat ground, they race around curves, they jump hills, they go across doubles, triples. They race hard, they race fast, and again, the speeds these guys reach are extremely high. It is the heart and soul of what is outdoor racing to me.
Every professional sports organization has its champion, and for the last 2 years, one Suzuki rider has held its crown.
My name is Dustin Wimmer. I ride for Rockstar McKay's Suzuki ATV team. I've been racing ATVs since I was 8 years old.
Dustin is very quiet. He's got an absolute mountain of natural talent.
Going from privateer to factory racer is a big deal, you know. Becoming a factory rider is the best thing you could ever have.
Wimmer's the 08-09 champion. He's very strong this year. He's got a tremendous training program, which is going to be hard to beat.
You know, he doesn't look like he's really riding. He's just out there having fun and, you know, real smooth and consistent.
He takes the corners almost like they're straight. He goes over the hills and lands, and he almost looks like he barely even did anything, and the other guys seem to land hard, bounce around off the quads. He's going to be extremely tough to beat anytime he gets behind the handlebars.
A lot of these pros may be racing for second place. He has really stepped it up even from last year to this year.
This year, Suzuki added another ace in the hole to their championship roster in the form of ATV racer Josh Creamer.
Josh Creamer's come on board as our second rider, and I couldn't be happier working with him either.
My teammate Josh Creamer came on team this year. He came from Kawasaki, so it's definitely funny seeing him next to me here in a tent, but he's definitely a lot more loud and boisterous compared to I am. I'm more laid back and cool and collected, so I think we'll get along good this year though. They'll equal the 10 out.
Next door to the Suzuki trailer is the newly formed factory Can-Am team.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
My name is John Natale. I'm 34 years old. I've been racing for too long. I'm not going to say how long, but my first race was actually Steel City, Pennsylvania. And I was doing okay and crashed really hard, and ever since then I was hooked.
He's an honest, good-hearted person. He's straight up. He doesn't beat you around the bush. He doesn't lie to you.
He knows what he wants, and he knows and has won championships in the past. I don't want to say that he's old, but he is a more mature racer than some of the guys out there.
Natale, he's had a couple of 3 bad years, but this year he seems to be on. Seems to be a lot more aggressive. He's the Iron Man of this sport.
John Natale's arch rival is anybody that's on the track that's in front of him, and anybody from behind trying to pass him. That's who John Natale's enemies are.
I'm kind of a hothead and you know, very passionate about going out and winning, and I'm sick of coming in second, and I'm sick of breaking. We're going to go there and win.
Inside every motor park, the competition is fierce. The drive for winning can be found inside every racer, both young and old.
Yeah, your youth classes, they start out anywhere from 4 years old in the 50cc classes, and then they go all the way up to 16 years old, which are called your schoolboy classes.
The young riders are in this, a lot of them just for fun. This is their Little League. This is their Pop Warner football. They are motocross racers. That's what they do.
Be careful, okay?
And the competition in those classes is so fierce between not only the young racer, but the parents. The parents are the ones to watch in those classes. They're beautiful. You've got to love them. That's the future of our sport.
One of the well-known parents in the pits, Stan Digby, is a proud father from Mississippi who simply goes by the name Big Daddy.
I never in my wildest dreams would figure my son, would already win 4 championships by the age of 9.
Jordan's a real shy, great kid. He loves to play with other kids. Has the makings to be one of the greatest riders out there. Jordan's been riding for a long time. Basically, when you kind of grow up around it, you hear everything, you see everything, and that's just what you want to do.
If we don't win another one, if we don't win another national single race, it's been well worth the ride. Feel good? All right, good start, okay? I love you. All right, just remember now, just give it your best. 100% is all we ask for, all right? Do your best. Don't do nothing stupid. Just get out front, ride. Don't worry about who's behind you. Somebody gets the race, don't worry about it. Just ride your own race, okay? Do the best you can.
Up next on ATV 24/7, the pro racers prepare for battle.
I'm really, really excited. I haven't been this excited in a couple years to get to a race and get out there and show them what we can do.
Self-motivation's hard.
People can't self-train themselves in pro sports. They used to in the past, but this is one of the hardest sports there is.
No marketing fluff. No ridiculous claims. Just a promise. The ride says it all. Can-Am. Find out for yourself at the Ride Says It All Tour.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by ITP Tires and Wheels with advanced traction technology. Previously on ATV 24/7.
Dustin is very quiet.
Wimmer's the 08-09 champion. A lot of these pros may be racing for second place. He has really stepped it up even from last year to this year.
I'm kind of a hothead and very passionate about going out and winning, and I'm sick of coming in second, and I'm sick of breaking. We're gonna go there and win.
Natali, he's had a couple of 3 bad years, but this year he seems to be on. He's the Iron Man of this sport.
Just outside Gainesville, Florida, at the Motorworks Can-Am compound, ATV racer John Natali prepares for his comeback season.
This weekend we'll be going to Bowling Green, Kentucky. We're expecting to go there to win. I don't think I've ever gone to a track and not went to win. We've found some stuff, and Casey and I and Theo and some of the crew here have found some things with handling and stuff that's going to help us out. And of course Ryan Cox, our motor guy, has got this thing purring like a kitten. So, I'm really, really excited. I haven't been this excited in a couple years to get to a race and get out there and show them what we can do.
Bowling Green is a fun track. Everybody enjoys it. I'm not a big pressure person, but I expect to be on the box. We have a very strong chance at doing that. It's almost an expectation.
We got the 45-foot motorhome with a 34-foot stacker trailer. We got a little Chevy Colorado pickup truck that we put in there to get around. And when you're on the road 6-7 months out of the year, you need something to have between clothes and our dogs, and with Lexus and Michelle, that thing can get small in a hurry when you're out there on the road and you're traveling and you're trying to keep up with everything.
Stay.
Time to do the duty, I guess. Well, my expectations going into the next race are to win. I need to win both motos. I'm not going to come in second. I'm going there to win, and I got the desire and I got the heart. I know I got the speed and I got the team behind me, and we're going to go there and win the race.
Days before the big race, 2-time champion Dustin Wimmer prepares for his big weekend in Bowling Green with his trainer Doc Rice.
Self-motivation's hard, but when you have someone else there helping you out and pushing you, you're always going to work harder no matter what.
People can't self-train themselves in pro sports. They used to in the past, but this is one of the hardest sports there is because you have to be physically trained. because the motor doesn't fatigue. That bike doesn't get tired. Today we're just getting light workout. We got Kentucky coming up, so we got to think about working. It's your least favorite track, so this is where we want to demoralize everybody and beat the crap out of them, just like we did last time in Alabama. We want a 1-1. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Focus and move, focus and move. Let's go, let's go. One revolution. Get some heart. Get some heart, son. You're a professional. You get paid to do this. Love it. No one beats us. No one. Chad Whitten doesn't beat us. John Natale doesn't beat us. Kramer doesn't beat us. No one does. Come on, those last two champions don't mean crap. They want your crown. They want your money. Come on now, you get you something. We are ready. Hell of a pull. Thank you, Mr. Wimmer.
Thank you.
No one's any better because they win championships. Again, we're only as good as our last race. We're only going to be as good as our next one. So we're going to Kentucky now. Going to Kentucky.
Up next on ATV 24/7, emotions run high on the sidelines during the youth ATV races.
Smart! Gosh! When we say slow down, be smart. Don't just stop. Gosh!
Only one tire brand that may claim to winning more ATV podiums than any other tire company out there. ITP. From the Quad Cross MX tire, designed for hard-packed tracks, to the Quad Cross XC, ITP's new cross-country racing tire. ITP sets the standard for high-performance ATV tires. And we've got the podium wins to prove it. Order your free ITP catalog today by calling 1-800-495-4080 or visit us on the web at itptires.com.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Previously on ATV 24/7.
I'm not a big pressure person, but I expect to be on the box.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Chad Whitten doesn't beat us. John Natale doesn't beat us. Kramer doesn't beat us. No one does. Come on, those last two champions don't mean crap.
This first practice just to shake things down, to take it from there. The second practice, start laying down some better laps and get it dialed in.
Sunday morning time practice is very important. Not only does it qualify you for the event, but it also qualifies you for gate pick. Having first gate pick isn't always a necessity, but if you don't have a top 3-4 gate pick, it's definitely a disadvantage the further back in the starting line that you are.
Can you watch John or have Ty do it or something? I want to see, he's going to do his first start in second gear and the second start in first gear. I want to see which one gets him to the pole first.
During a practice run, Natale struggles with technical issues. He and his mechanic, Casey Greek, talked about the difficulties to come.
You know, on the track, you're making a right, you go up and there's like a double thing.
Yeah.
Right there, it's bogging going up that. Boo, and if I downshift, it's so maybe go to a 37 and see if I can't pull third up over it instead of fourth. Practice is practice for a reason. You're supposed to go out and get your tuned so that you're ready to go for the race. And so many of the young kids don't understand that, which is all right, gives me an advantage.
Mechanic Casey Greek vents his frustration with the sightlines from the pits.
This place sucks for us because we're down in that hole and you can't see nothing. All I can see is you kind of come around the back and then I can see you turn, like do that chicane and then go off the 2 jumps and then I can see you go through the finish line section. And then I miss you and then I see you come by me.
Next, the racers begin the qualifiers, and the fastest racer wins their choice of gate kick.
We went out this morning and we made a lot of changes on Saturday night and went out this morning and set the fastest lap time. We'll get the first gate pick out there this weekend, and we know that we know we got the speed and we got the bike to go ahead and do it. So we'll just have to go out in the first moto and get it done. We just got to get a good hole shot and run up front consistently for 25 minutes.
While Can-Am celebrates, the Suzuki tent has a different vibe.
What are you guys looking at?
Lap times. Don't really mean anything. Not a thing. I don't even like looking at it. It's a waste of time.
You look good out there. You're doing good. Bad practice track.
On the other end of the pits, Jordan and Big Daddy Digby get ready for their big race.
Yep, getting ready. Getting a little nervous, Get off the gate and get smart, get through the first turn, and where you be at, then go with it, okay? Smart, come on, get on through there. Get on the gas, son, don't just poke. I know it's yellow flag, but come on, go, 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 go. Smart, gosh! You just trying to throw it away. When we say slow down, be smart, don't just stop. Gosh, we go over this and over this. It's either extreme fast or extreme slow. Can we not get a happy medium? Come on, come on. Smart, one more lap, come on. Come on. Smart, smart, but keep it going. Heck of a ride for y'all.
That was good.
Heck of a ride. Hey! You got it done. Thanks. Thanks for everything.
Oh, no problem.
It's a winner.
It's a winner.
Look at that. Good ride, Bubba. That was smart riding there. So proud of him. He put it together today. He did what he had to do. I don't know if you need to slow it down that much when I tell you to be smart, but you did good.
Up next on ATV 24/7, the gate drops and tippers flare as the best riders in the world battle for first place.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was pissed. I mean, I'd have been pissed.
Friction is heat. You know, you take an engine where the lifter goes up and down, pushes the valve up and down, it really gets hot right there. That's where oil breaks down and where we have failures. AMSOIL, on the other hand, it's a true synthetic lubricant. It's just idling right there. It doesn't even know it's being used. In other words, 300 degrees is ho-hum to AMSOIL.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Can-Am ATVs. The ride says it all. After the practice laps and the qualifiers, the pro racers prepare to compete in two separate races called motos. The top 10 fastest riders earn points based on where they finish in each moto. Add the points from each moto together, and the racers with the highest combined scores are the overall winners of the race weekend. Right off the line, Josh Creamer and Natalie battle for position after the first corner. Natalie charges forward.
Pretty good. The track is looking rough and slow.
Let's go, baby! Yeah!
Natalie, Creamer, and reigning champion Dustin Wimmer finished the top 3 for Moto 1.
Yeah, the first moto was great. Been a long time since I've been up there. It felt really good to be back up front and makes my life a whole lot easier. It's not near as hard as coming from the back eating all that dirt.
I think he did real well. The bike is working good. This is the first race he's won in 2 years.
So, you know, everything worked really good. We had a few changes that we needed to make in between motos, but we went out there and did what we needed to do the first moto and got it done and got set and ready for the next moto.
You didn't do the inside yesterday at all? The inside was definitely faster yesterday. Faster looking anyway. See, that's my problem. I'm not worried about you guys. I'm worried about the guys behind you. You know, guys make snap decisions under pressure the first couple laps because everybody's all on edge and, you know, adrenaline's really pumping from the start and the hype and everything. So, not that I'm worried about you making a mistake, but you're always worried about them whacking you one. So, you know, it messes with your head, whether you think it does or not. I know it will.
I know it does.
You'll be fine.
Pressure is on, as the racers prepare for the most important race of the weekend, Moto 2. As the race begins, Natalie bumps teammate Chad Wienen off the track. As fate would have it, in lap 2, an unexpected breakdown forces John Natali out of the race. This turn of events will severely hurt Natalie's point standings over the weekend. As the race continues, Josh Creamer and Joe Bird separate themselves from the rest of the pack. For two-time champion Dustin Wimmer and Can-Am rider Chad Wienen, the battle for third place is about to begin. Both racers push for their chance at podium glory, but in the end, Chad Wienen inched by Wimmer to take the third place spot. After both motos, the points were tallied up, and Suzuki rider Josh Creamer took first place overall, followed by teammate Dustin Wimmer for second, and Joe Bird for third.
Final moto went really well. Got a good hole shot, came out first, and just proceeded to put down good laps and got some distance and won the race.
Coming in each weekend, you know, I come here to win, you know, so if I do any worse than winning, I'm always mad at myself.
Never like to get past at the end of the race.
John Natali held on for 8th place overall in points, finishing with first place in Moto 1 and 17th in Moto 2.
Moto 2 came around, you know, definitely high hopes, ready to go, and we got a decent hole shot, you know, not quite the one that I wanted. I think I come out about 4th or so, and my teammate Chad came around and snuck inside of me and got in front of me, and a couple turns later I had the inside on him and just drove it in deep and pushed him right up over the berm. Well, I'm pretty sure he was pissed. I mean, I'd have been pissed, but he took it really well. He took it better than what I did. You know, we talked about it and shook hands. We're gonna go out the next one and finish 1-2 on a podium.
Coming in next race, I definitely got some motivation right now. Coming out of here, I'm gonna be pretty angry, you know, try my best, go back and train with Dr. Rice there and down in Macon and give her hell.
Next on ATV 24/7, the competition heats up in Walnut, Illinois, as racers battle against points champion Josh Creamer for the top spot. Plus, we go behind the scenes at the cutthroat competitive spirit that is women's ATV racing. All this and more on the next ATV 24/7.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Can-Am ATVs. The ride says it all. Previously on ATV 24/7.
I'm not worried about you guys. I'm worried about the guys behind you.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was pissed. I mean, I'd have been pissed.
No one beats us! No one!
A lot of these pros may be racing for second place.
Definitely got some motivation right now. Coming out of here, I'm gonna be pretty angry.
I'm sick of coming in second. I'm sick of breaking. We're gonna go there and win.
Come on, those last two champions don't mean crap!
Welcome to ATV 24/7.
We're at round number 4 of the 2010 AMA ATV Motocross Nationals, and we've had 3 rounds out of the 11. We're headed into a pretty much a slugfest this weekend.
You've got 15 of the world's elite ATV motocross racers that are going head to head. It's coming down to 5 different guys. 4 of those are teammates.
Take Dustin Wimmer this year. He came in
is two-time national champion. Everybody thought that he would be hard to beat. I'm talking about the rank and file people. They thought he was on his game and no one could touch him. Then steps in Josh Creamer.
I've known Creamer for a long time. You know, he's always been kind of labeled as the wild child. He's always got one leg in the air and, you know, hanging half off the bike.
Now, Creamer does not have the factory contract that Wimmer has. Creamer has to win, place, or show no worse than fourth to make a buck or two. So in other words, what you've got there is an intense rivalry.
I would assume I'm pretty much one of my own kind out there on the track, off the track. Me and Dustin are two totally different people. I'm not too worried about being an underdog or being kind of shadowed by Dustin. I mean, he is a two-time national champion. That's a championship, a professional AMA championship. That's something that everybody strives for and everybody wants. So do I envy him? Yes. Do I want to be just like him? No, but I do want his championship.
The rivalry for the top spot can be found under the Motorworks Can-Am tent between teammates Chad Wienen and John Natale.
Where I want to get on the gas in a burn turn, I go to get on it and it'll push out on the run.
It wants to jump out.
Yeah, so you actually have to like feed it through where you can't get on it like you want to.
And then we've got Chad Wienen and John Natale, two more teammates for Can-Am, and they are 2 points apart also.
Chad's the new rider on the team over there, and he's got a lot to prove. He's been through 3 different teams over the course of the last few seasons. It's a do-or-die situation for him, and he's going head-to-head with an old pro, one of the most seasoned guys on the series right now, John Natale. He's a 2005 AMA Pro ATV champion. You know, John has got a lot on the line himself right now. Chad's trying to prove himself as an up-and-comer still. John's trying to prove himself as somebody that's here for the long haul.
Well, coming into a new team, you really got to have an open mindset. A lot of things are different from what I'm used to. It was a transition before. Points that I'm looking at is a top spot. It doesn't worry me that John's behind me knocking on my door.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of competition between me and Chad inside the tent. I mean, you know, obviously got a little hot-headed at balances, and I ended up taking Chad off the track. You know, he doesn't hold grudges, I don't hold grudges. I said, hey, you know, look, I made a mistake, I got hot-headed.
I'm not scared of him, he's not scared of me, and we're really passionate about the sport, and we want to do everything we can. I want to win, he wants to win, but I think I want to win a little bit more.
The thing about Josh Creamer and Chad Wienen is that now they've been thrown into an arena to where they are challenging the status quo, as you might put it. Creamer, of course, is challenging Wimmer, making Wimmer very nervous. Wienen is challenging Natale, but Chad Wienen is trying to make a statement as Creamer is trying to make a statement this year. We're not only going to be hard to deal with moto to moto, but we're going to be a threat to you all season long.
Next on ATV 24/7, the intensity on the track is not just for the guys.
You might want to mess around with them in the pits or other places, but you don't want to mess with them when they're on the track.
No marketing fluff. No ridiculous claims. Just a promise. The ride says it all. Can-Am. Find out for yourself at the Ride Says It All Tour.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by ITP Tires and Wheels with advanced traction technology. Previously on ATV 24/7.
You've got 15 of the world's elite ATV motocross racers that are going head-to-head. It's coming down to 5 different guys. 4 of those are teammates.
I want to win, he wants to win, but I think I want to win a little bit more.
So do I envy him? Yes. Do I want to be just like him? No, but I do want his championship.
Unlike a lot of different sports, ATV racing, motocross national style, you have a factor, and it's called the lady factor.
You talk about fierce competition. when they get out there, it's all about winning. It's not about whether or not I'm nice to this girl through this first turn and make sure that, you know, I don't bump. They bump, they grind, they push each other off the racetrack.
There's usually about 20 women that come to the actual nationals. There's not as many of us, so it seems like off the track maybe, you know, the women might be a little bit more closer-knit group. But when you get out on the track, it's the same thing. You know, when the gate drops, you know, the friendship stuff kind of stops until the race is over.
For rider Michelle Natale, her biggest fan happens to be her mechanic, manager, and husband, pro racer John Natale.
I'm competitive for me and for her. You know, I know what she can do. I think sometimes better than what she knows.
You're just not used to riding. You look good when you came through the turn hard. If you were practicing, it wouldn't be that bad.
For Natale, getting back on the quad's taken some time to get used to. It hasn't been 3 months since Michelle gave birth to their daughter, Lexus.
Who's more competitive, Michelle or John? Oh my gosh, that's a really hard question. I think they're a match made in heaven as far as that goes, because I think they feed off of each other's competitiveness. I think each one of them drives the other one to do better.
Oh, he's super tough on me. He definitely doesn't like me coming in second all the time. He has a hard time with me not training in between races and going out there and get my butt whooped.
And of course I'm worried. I don't want to. On one hand, I'm like, do that double, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, don't wreck on it, you know what I mean? So I want her to do well. I don't want her to get hurt, but I want her to win, obviously. And I try to, what's going through my mind is I try to see things that she's doing wrong, or try to see things with the bike that I can help with for the next moto to get her to go out and do better.
You gotta hammer this thing. If you get the whole shot and pull over, I don't care, just get the damn whole shot.
Meanwhile, over at the Suzuki camp, the pressure of winning consumes one racer.
You know, Dustin Wimmer's been the champ for like 2 years. He's been the man to beat. And whenever you start to see him falter or wobble a little bit, man, it's like everybody comes to life. I mean, they smell that blood and they start charging, because all of a sudden they feel like, hey, he's not superhuman. He is human. He can be beat, and I could be the one to do it.
Wimmer's most fierce competitor can be found under the Suzuki tent in the form of teammate Josh Kramer.
Coming into this round at Walnut, Illinois, I am the current points leader. We're not ahead by much. We're ahead of my teammate Dustin by 2 points, but it's still 2 points. It might not be much, but it's 2 points.
After round 3 ended, you know, it was a pretty sore subject for me. Lost the lead, so lost a bunch of points there, you know, but can't get your head down too much.
Well, the competition is absolutely good for everyone. If you have one individual that dominates, it takes away from everything else. So, you know, for Dustin to be kind of kept in check, so to speak, by Josh, you know, it's absolutely good for everyone.
Circling the skies above Sunset Ridge is one racer that knows a thing or two about the pressure of being a champion. Racer and ATV legend, Doug Gust.
Dustin's young, you know, and he probably puts more pressure on himself than he needs to. You know, I can't speak for him, but I would assume he's, you know, he's like, holy cow, I got this teammate now on my team, and he's riding the same bike I am, and he's doing just as well as I am. He won the last 2, and I think he's human. He's probably nervous about it.
And I try to keep it pretty clean, you know. When you get on that track and you get mad, you can go out there and you can throw a championship away in 2 seconds. It's a different thing going out there for that championship.
Next on ATV 24/7, women's racing goes from intense to dangerous.
Only one tire brand that may claim to winning more ATV podiums than any other tire company out there. ITP. From the Quadcross MX tire, designed for hard-packed tracks, to the Quadcross XC, ITP's new cross-country racing tire. ITP sets the standard for high-performance ATV tires. And we've got the podium wins to prove it. Order your free ITP catalog today by calling 1-800-495-4080 or visit us on the web at itptires.com.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, first in synthetics. Previously on ATV 24/7.
Who's more competitive, Michelle or John? Oh my gosh.
And of course I'm worried. I don't want to. On one hand, I'm like, do that double, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, don't wreck on it, you know what I mean? So I want her to do well. I don't want her to get hurt, but I want her to win, obviously.
Inside John Natale's trailer, the ATV pro shifts gears from racer to his wife's mechanic.
I think this will give you better control over it.
The competition is fierce between these women racers. John coaches his wife for a tough race against a female rider and current points leader, Heather Bird.
Just let this big dog eat the whole way down there. It'll go. It's got it to do it. You gotta hammer this thing. If you get the hole shot and pull over, I don't care. Just get the damn hole shot. And then drive down that turn.
Then, tragedy strikes.
What's wrong, babe? Yeah, that was Heather's fault. Okay.
Careful. Let's move slow.
Pull this knee over. All right, look up. How's your head? Huh?
I hurt my back of my knee.
Yeah? I mean, does it feel like whiplash, or what's it feel like?
I think whiplash in my shoulder hurts.
In your shoulder? All right, let you take your helmet off. I'm not gonna pull it that way.
I just want to go back to the motorhome.
As Heather Bird takes the top spot during the women's moto, Michelle is rushed back to her trailer.
When the gate dropped, I tried to get the hole shot, which I did, and I went into the first corner, and Heather and I came together. Heather kind of came down into my line and sent me flipping, which I'm sure wasn't intentional or anything like that, but it definitely sent me flipping and hurt my hip and all.
Definitely scared, you know. It's my wife and the mother of my child, and you know, tons of things go through your head when that happens. What am I going to find when I get there? You know, how's she going to be? And you know, it's really scary, and it's you know, it's it's weird because when I'm out there, I feel invincible, and I don't think anybody worries about me. But now, you know, with her being out there, I know how my mom felt, you know, how she feels whenever I'm out there. That was a pretty nice hole shot, though. You actually come out good. You revved it up, you took off, and you had them the whole way to the turn.
Finally, the pro racers get their chance to test out the track. And for one racer, winning at Sunset Ridge is more than just a victory, but a point of pride.
The man to beat this weekend, that would be Chad Weenan with Can-Am. Chad has won here the past 2 years in a row. He grew up racing this track. He knows it like the back of his hand.
This is pretty much my hometown track. I've been racing here for about 7 years now, and I'm always pretty strong here, so it's a hometown advantage for sure. Bike feels good. Practice, the track was a lot smoother, a lot faster today. We're almost 7 seconds faster today. And
You think you can take women?
I know I can take women. We're gonna. Doesn't matter. I don't care what he does, but I'm gonna do everything I can to get across that finish line first.
You know, you got some good speed out there, and just try to put together for 12 laps for the main.
We're getting there. Hopefully, at the end of the day, we can talk about a W.
Up next, the gate drops and tempers flare up during the exciting conclusion of this episode of ATV 24/7.
Friction is heat. You know, you take an engine where the lifter goes up and down, pushes the valve up and down, it really gets hot right there. That's where oil breaks down and where we have failures. AMSOIL, on the other hand, it's a true synthetic lubricant. It's just idling right there. It doesn't even know it's being used. In other words, 300 degrees is ho-hum to AMSOIL.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Can-Am ATVs. The ride says it all. After the practice laps and the qualifiers, the pro racers prepare to compete in 2 separate races called motos. The top 10 fastest riders earn points based on each moto. Adding the points together, the riders with the highest combined scores are the overall winners of the race weekend. Right off the line, Josh Upperman and John Natale battle for position after the first corner. Upperman takes the lead. Natale falls back into second place. Chad Weenan is a close third, followed by Josh Kramer, Jeremy Warnier, and Dustin Wimmer. John Natale stalks Upperman after lap 2. Then suddenly, Chad Wienen slams into Natale, forcing both racers off the track. For Chad Wienen, his first moto ends in disaster. As the race continues, Josh Upperman has 2 more adversaries to deal with. And they come in the form of Team Suzuki. Josh Kramer trails behind Upperman, followed by Wimmer. Meanwhile, John Natale fights his way back into the pack. But as the checkered flag flies, the victory goes to privateer Josh Upperman, followed by Josh Kramer in second and Dustin Wimmer in third.
You okay?
What do you want me to say? Not winning.
Well, I understand that, but you all right?
What do you want? I have nothing wrong.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. What's with the shifting?
I missed the gear here. I keep having trouble trying to get the thing in the third gear coming off the line.
Because if there's anything strange about this one, we'll change it.
The big news out of Moto 1 came from the crash between Wienen and Natale. For John Natale, placing 6th in the first moto was the least of his problems.
This hip, I can't believe I was so high in the air.
Yeah.
I come down on this and push my hip up here, and then I landed on this shoulder. It just made the whole arm is numb. Like I can't even feel my fingers.
Pretty fast there at the second corner.
Good, you ride 10 times better when you're hurt.
The first moto turned out pretty good at the start for me. You know, I came out with Josh Upperman. We were fighting for the lead, and he edged me out, you know, and I was behind him for a few laps, and my teammate Chad was behind me, and ended up, he was coming to an inside berm and trying to get around me on the inside, and I guess hit a kicker or something and shot across, and ended up running into me and taking us both out.
It was a good race going. Chad and John were going for it, but it was no like, oh, I'm gonna hit you deal. It was totally clean, and they both kind of just cartwheeled and got up, and Chad's got some issues from crashing that we were gonna fix, and I think they're both a little banged up, but they'll be all right.
How's John doing? Like this?
He said his arm's real sore, his hip's sore from landing on it. Otherwise that, he rides better when he's hurt, so I'm kind of excited now.
It's here in Moto 2 that will determine the overall winner of Sunset Ridge. During the first lap, racer Josh Upperman gets the whole shot a second time and takes the lead. Followed closely by Dustin Wimmer, Josh Kramer, and an injured John Natale. Natale passes Kramer and is now in third place. Josh Upperman pushes forward, but the racer close behind is 2-time champion, Dustin Wimmer. As Wimmer advances, the injured Natale holds on to third place with Josh Kramer right behind him. Suddenly, in lap 7, Wimmer makes his move on leader Josh Upperman. Now Dustin Wimmer begins to distance himself from the pack. Natale pushes on. Technical issues cause Josh Kramer to lose fourth to Chad Wienen. Wimmer stays up front. Upperman is second. Natale in third. And for the first time since the beginning of the season, Suzuki rider Dustin Wimmer wins Moto 2, followed by Josh Upperman, John Natale, Chad Wienen, and Josh Kramer. After both motos, the points were tallied up, and the underdog of the weekend, Josh Upperman, took the top prize.
It felt great, it really did. All them guys are amazing riders, and they have a lot of talent and everything. It's just a huge confidence booster, so look forward to the next one.
As far as my confidence level, I don't really know where I stand this weekend, unfortunately. Probably, you know, I don't know if I lost the points lead, but did we lose the points lead?
Yep.
After this fourth round here at Walnut, we're down by 5 points now.
I mean, it's always great to have a points lead, no matter what, you know. but you definitely want to get as many points as you can because anything can happen. I mean, anything.
Unfortunately for local rider Chad Wienen, his weekend was plagued by mistakes and disappointment.
It's really eating me up. I viewed it differently. I was hungry for a win and didn't even get it. I didn't even get close. I didn't give myself a chance, and it's just not a weekend that I want to remember.
Overall, I think I ended up finishing 4th overall, which, you know, it isn't bad for the weekend. When I hit the ground and rolled and I got up and I was like, huh, I'm all right, you know, so I jumped on the bike and took off, and then that, you know, after the adrenaline settled down, that's when I started feeling all the pain. You know, I landed on my shoulder was hurting, made my whole arm go numb, and you know, that's just what we do as racers, is we go out here and put our hearts and souls into it, and a lot of times our lives are on the line, and at the end of the day, you gotta go out and do your job.
On the next ATV 24/7, the competition heats up in Millville, Minnesota, as Josh Kramer and Dustin Wimmer battle for the overall season points championship.
No, it's not wrapped up who's going to win. It's going to be a gunfight till the end.